You're listening to episode 206 of Super League Pod, or for this week, Super Championship Pod, as we preview Tier 2 ahead of the 2019 season. Find out about one of our spouses outdoing us, find out who's traded the Grim North for the sun in France, find out if we've finally found a suitable level of difficulty in the quiz, and find out all the news, results and our predictions as your 2019 Rugby League season well and truly starts here. So everyone, it's episode 206 of the Super League Pod. It's Mark, the Wigan fan here, and I'm joined by Alan, the Bradford fan. Alan, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody.
And so we had a lengthy chat, didn't we, about all things Super League just less than a week ago now. And today we're mostly going to talk about the Championship, although we are going to talk a little bit Challenge Cup. We're kind of getting back into the weekly routine, really. So we're gonna go through the news. We're gonna go through the predictions for next week's game, the results from the Challenge Cup games. But in the middle of all of this show, the kind of meat of this show is going to be the Championship season preview, which is why of all the co-hosts, Alan, I think you're best placed because you're the one who's really got a horse in the race.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll a bull in the charge. Yeah, we'll see. I've made a bold full table prediction, but we'll go on to that in a bit.
Ooh, you tease. Right. Well, we'll find out how you're placing all the sides later on, and we've got a bit from some of the listeners as well that we can go through before we kind of crack into the show. Let's ease in with a little bit of a catch-up. So what have you been up to since we last chatted when we did the Super League preview?
Yeah, all of 6 days ago. Not a lot. I was saying to you beforehand, I'm full of cold and flu remedy because I can feel it creeping on me. I haven't had anything yet this year, so I think it's my turn. But other than that, I'm kind of living in my partner's shadow, to be brutally honest with you. She's definitely the main focus of this household. So some people might see from Twitter that she's just had something published in a film magazine called Film Stories.
Wow.
A proper paid gig and everything.
Amazing. We don't get paid for this.
Well, I'm going to say, we do this for the love. And to be fair, she started doing this for the love, and it was one of those things that she always wanted to get back into. And she does do a fair amount of writing for free on various websites. But yeah, so this is it's a new magazine, but yeah, they're committed to take on some kind of new writers in their first few issues. So it's the second issue of the magazine, and so she's written about Michael J. Fox as a heartthrob, because we met at a film school thing 15 years ago now. So it was always something that's kind of pulled us together. So she's actually making some money out of it now. She's
That's
definitely outshining me. So yeah, it is really great.
Let's not say that. We haven't seen all your predictions come wrong, Al. Maybe you could be putting some wagers on here on these championship predictions that'll then recoup all of that disparity and hobby earnings. But no, well done to Anna. That's absolutely brilliant. That's great. I'm so excited for her. I think it's fantastic that she's really making a crack of it, and well done to her. And I'm sure the SLP family echo all of that totally.
Yeah, and if you want to buy a copy, it's available online. So get support it while you can, if you can.
What's the magazine called then for everyone who now knows that they can buy it online?
It's called Film Stories.
Film Stories. There you go. Well, my week has been. Saturday afternoon was watching a lot of rain on internet rugby streams on the internet. That was a wet weekend, weren't it? And then I went and saw my friend Sam, whose baby was just 6 months old last week. So went round to see baby Harriet and get some cuddles and in between the throw-ins ups of the milk and all of that. So that was a really nice weekend for me. No one's been earning anything extra for going around and seeing friends, but you never know. I'm almost certain Emma's babysitting club is not going to become a money spinner for the Illingworths, but still a fun week nonetheless. Okay, well that's really nice to hear, Alan. We've got some other nice stuff we want to talk about as well before we get into the chunk of the news. So one of our long-term friends of the Super League Pod family, David Pye, he sent a message over to us during the last week, Al. He said, hi, would you mind giving our crowdfunding page a shout out, please? I will be doing some sponsored walks and cycles to help raise funds, and any businesses wanting to sponsor a minimum of £100 get their brand added to the tour literature. Now, this tour is St Helens Academy tour to Australia later this year. David's son signed academy terms with the St Helens side last year. I'm pretty sure we mentioned Jamie at the time, and he's looking like, I don't know, a prop. I think wide running second rower in the new mould, kind of Joe Greenwoody would be what I'd want from him. But apparently they're crafting him into a prop forward, and he's got some good ones to learn from at St Helens, hasn't he?
Certainly has.
But, yeah, so David's asking for donations, really. Any size, any amount. He says that this is a life-changing tour for many of the players who haven't even been abroad. They take this experience into life and grow as young people as they work hard to raise funds. And David's currently trying to set up some more fundraising nights, so look out on Twitter and Facebook for details. When David puts those messages out, we'll share those messages out. But for right now, if you want to support the St Helens Academy, and this is particularly obviously notable for any St Helens fans listening, but also for anyone who just loves the junior game and the academies and promoting all of that, and anyone who likes giving through the SLP community, because David's been a long-term member of that. You go to www.justgiving.com/crowdfunding/David-Pye-1. What I'll do is I'll pop a link to that in this week's episode blog post, but it's justgiving.com/crowdfunding/David-Pye-1. So please do get behind that if you can, and like David says, any donation, small or large, is totally appreciated, as it gets the boys on that plane and gets them getting those life experiences.
Absolutely.
We have set up the Fantasy League and the Super League. The Super League Fantasy League it's had a bit of a rebrand from Dream Team to Fantasy League this year. The SLP Mini League details, the name of the league is Super League Pod. I believe when you set up, you need a PIN and a password to be able to join the league once you create your own team. So the PIN is 5518 and the password is 123SLP. Rhymes, that's exciting. And if you go to fantasy.superleague.co.uk, that's where you can set up your team. Go on our blog post again and you'll get all the link details there. And the Super Brew competition, either go to superbrew.com, then search for Super League Pod in the rugby league leagues there, or go to our episode blog and click on the link that we'll put there, and then you can join that. That's the predictions competition, effectively. Last year we kind of, after we'd started creating some merchandise, decided to give away some of that merchandise to as prizes to the people who won. The Super Brew winner, I think, never actually got in touch, but Alan Bagley, who won the Fantasy League last year, got in touch. He got his SLP t-shirt, so we'll be giving away some we're not sure exactly what merch it'll be that we have in stock come the end of the year, but something will get given away to the winners
something
of both
special.
of those something with SLP branding on it. Alan, I don't know if that makes it special.
Of course it does.
Relatively unique. There's not many of these things in circulation, is there?
No, I mean, I must admit, I'm much better at Super Brew than I am at Fantasy League. I am notoriously terrible at creating my fantasy teams, but yeah, I'll give it a go again and fall into obscurity by Easter, as I call my team.
Star goal kicking halfback, I've heard today, isn't going to be starting the season for his side, so that's a bit of a blow. I have to rethink the number 7 jersey there. Danny Richardson it may be just what's his name, Justin Albrook's pulling the wool over our eyes with that. Theo Farge is going to start ahead of Richardson. Malarkey, we'll get to that in the predictions, I'm sure. Yeah, and we had some donations this week. So when we said we don't earn any money, we don't actually profit as such from Super League. People do make donations to help with our running costs, help us get new equipment, and help us contribute back into the community game as well. And thank you this week to our friend the Swiss Cowboy Carsten Brumer, John Hamilton as well, one of our been around for a few years listeners now, John, so thanks for their donations, very welcome. And Rajun Tande, who is one of our overseas listeners, but I got in touch with Rajun to sort of get a bit of a backstory, because I always like that when we get new listeners who get involved in the show, want to get involved in the community, like Raj has over the last couple of shows really now. And his story is like every SLP listener story really, in a very traditional sense. He basically grew up in Batley. He went and played a little bit of rugby league, but probably realised not quite gonna cut it at this. So then, instead of being a player, he became a spectator. He moved down south, and maybe we see a lot of this, don't we? Kind of reconnected with the sport through the international game and through the London Broncos, and now he lives in California. And he's still following the game from over there, and so that was really cool to hear Rajun's story, because that we love hearing new listeners' stories on the Super League pod, so that's awesome. And thanks to all three of those guys as well. The sponsor of this episode, Alan, is Rob's Toy Shop. You can find a wide range of gifts, toys, rugby league birthday cards and more at Rob's Toy Shop on eBay. Visit stores.ebay.co.uk/Rob's Toy Shop. On any orders you make over £5, you can earn 5% cash back, and 1% of your order value will also come to SLP. To get that 5% cash back, you put SLP discount at checkout, and Rob's Toy Shop will sort out the rest. So please do support our sponsors.
Okay, so news now from the world of rugby league this week. So the RFL have announced at the Championship and League One launch that Sky Sports will cover the Championship playoffs as well as Toronto Wolfpack's home and away matches ahead of the new campaign. The Sky deal with Toronto will see the Canadian outfit produce their games at their own expense. Obviously, very keen to get that across. And that was reached after discussions between the RFL and Sky during 2018. And it will also include distribution to Canada and around the world. In addition, at least one fixture per week will be shown through the RFL's R-League app in 2019, which will include the Betfred Championship, League One, Coral Challenge Cup, Coral Women's Challenge Cup, 1895 Cup, and Women's Super League. So this is good news.
Good news, positive. I get why some people are disappointed that they see it as Toronto bias, but hey, Widnes pay for it, or York pay for it, or Bradford pay for it, and then your teams might get the same sort of coverage, but that's not the way it's played out. But at least all those sides, you do get to see some of their games, especially the games away in Toronto. We get to watch those, so we don't have to feel disappointed when we can't make it over there. And the R-League stuff is great, isn't it? Streaming, we're all for it, aren't we, Al?
Absolutely, yeah.
St Helens and Leigh Centurions have confirmed they will enter a dual registration next season after the two clubs forged close links through the appointment of Kieran Cunningham as Leigh's director of rugby, who left last August. Cunningham's son Jonah and prop Greg Richards were amongst players who have spent time at Leigh last year. Now the two clubs have entered the formal partnership, which sees St Helens do what they previously did with Sheffield Eagles before, so Leigh will benefit from that. And one of the first benefits they've made from that close relationship is that forward Luke Douglas has joined Leigh Centurions on a 1-month loan deal. Saints coach Justin Holbrook confirmed the Scotland international will join the Championship club for the first month of the season to get game time at the start of the year.
Obviously, I guess with Walmsley back, they've obviously got a bit of a surfeit of props available to them. Continuing the Championship, Featherstone Rovers have completed the signing of winger Darren Ford from Hemel. Ford, 23, scored 5 tries in 32 appearances for the Stags and was named their back of the year in 2017.
Yeah, injury news now to sort of already start talking about. We've had Luke Gale before the season started, and now we've got a few more. So we'll rattle through these and then kind of see if it affected our predictions that we've made of the Super League season. Wakefield Trinity forward Paulie will miss the start of the 2019 season after injuring his knee in their pre-season game against Newcastle. The 25-year-old is entering his second season with them, but will be out for between 2 to 3 months after damaging his posterior cruciate ligament.
Yeah, so obviously a bit